Oh no, I see that rule book lurking over there. Put it down and slowly back away. I'm Ryan from How I Roll, and in this Rip Up the Rules, I'm saving you from that thing. So go ahead, toss it in the blender and hit puree, because you don't need it anymore. Today, I'm going to teach you how to set up and play Barzone. Barzone is a cocktail-fueled strategy card game where you step behind the bar, mix drinks, stock ingredients, and maybe sabotage your opponents just a little. It's designed by Peter Gozon and published by the Barzone team. That's right, Barzone by Gozon. They actually helped sponsor this video, so big thanks to them for that. Each of these standard packs can play 2 players, but you can use 2 packs to have up to 4 players, and a game will last you about 25 minutes. At How I Roll, there's always room at the table for you. So grab your shaker, come pull up to the bar, and let's learn how to play Barzone. If you've always dreamed of being a world-famous mixologist, now's your chance. In Barzone, you're a hotshot bartender during a busy shift, racing to sling the best cocktails, earn mastery points, and become the legend of the night. You'll manage your ingredient stock, play shift cards for advantages, activate your coworker's special ability, and complete cocktail orders before last call. Get ready to outplay your rivals, disrupt their plans, and rack up points, or watch them steal your thunder. Setup is quick, so let's get the bar open. Each player takes one of these co-worker cards, which has a unique ability, and places it in front of them. Give each player their starting stock ingredients, taking 2 base spirits, 4 enhancers, and 2 garnishes, and lay them out face up like this. The rest of these cards go into a shared central storage area. Think of it as the bar's pantry everyone pulls from. Each player takes the deck of shift cards that matches their coworker. This can be identified by the matching monogram on the bottom of the cards. Shuffle it up and place it face down here. Then draw 5 cards from the deck to form your starting hand. At this one point in the game, each player has an optional mulligan where they can choose to replace any number of these starting cards. Simply place any cards you wish to replace at the bottom of the deck and draw that many new cards. So, if I decided to get rid of these 3 cards, I would then draw 3 more to replace them. Shuffle the cocktail cards and place the deck face down between the players. And that's the setup. Whichever player has more recently drank a cocktail becomes the starting player, and you're now ready to get mixing. A game of Barzone is played over a series of rounds where players are competing to gain the greatest number of mastery points. You continue playing rounds until you have either played 8 rounds or one player has reached 26 points. And at that point, the player with the most points wins. Each round is broken down into 5 simple phases. Let me walk you through those now. Phase 1 is the assign phase, where each player will determine the order in which they will choose the cocktail that they want to create. Begin by flipping 1 card per player face up onto the table from the cocktail deck. Since this is a 2-player game, I revealed 2 cards. Now each player secretly plays 1 card from their hand face down. Once everyone has done this, reveal those cards. The main part of the card that matters at this point is the assign value, which is this number on the left-hand side of the card. The remaining effects of this card will be lost if it's played in the assign phase, unless it's a disruption card, in which case these effects will come into play in phase 3. This value sets the assign order for the next phase, beginning with the highest and going down to the lowest. In case of a tie, the tied player who is earlier in turn order from the start player goes first. Now it's time for phase 2. Cocktail selection. In assign order, players choose 1 cocktail card each and place it to the right of their coworker card. This is the cocktail you'll be trying to concoct and serve this round. Phase 3 is disruption effects activation, and it's the part of the game where players have a chance to mess with each other. After all, bartending is a dog-eat-dog world. Any cards that were played during the assign phase that have a disruption effect are now activated in turn order, beginning with the starting player and moving clockwise around the table. Once all disruption cards have been resolved, all players place their assigned card into their shift zone beside their deck. Let me pause here and explain another aspect that applies to these disruption cards as well as various other cards in the game. Many cards have a listed effect in this area of the card with these cocktail icons beside it. In order to utilize these effects, you must have already completed the depicted number of cocktails. So for example, this Karen Disruption card offers you this top benefit if you've mixed at least 1 cocktail in the game, or it offers you this bottom benefit if you've mixed at least 4 cocktails in the game. Before we move into the main phase of this game, here's a quick recap of what we've done so far. In phase 1, flip 1 cocktail card per player, and each player plays 1 card from their hand face down to bid for the order in which they choose a cocktail card. In phase 2, players each choose 1 cocktail card to take based on the assigned order established in phase 1. And in phase 3, any cards that were played in phase 1 with the disruption effect now trigger in player order. And with that, we're ready for our main action phase, phase 4, the co-worker and shift phase. Beginning with the starting player and moving clockwise around the table, each player takes their full turn one after another. During your turn, you can do the following. First, activate your co-worker's ability. This is a once per round ability that you can perform before taking other actions. For example, with Jerry Thomas, if I have completed at least 1 cocktail, I can take 1 ingredient from the storage. Or if I've completed at least 3 drinks, I can instead gain 1 base spirit and 1 ingredient. You can now play any number of shift cards from your hand by placing them into your shift zone. Playing a supply card provides you with ingredients and benefits to keep your bar running. For example, this delivery day card would provide me with 2 ingredient cards if I've completed at least 2 cocktails so far, or 3 ingredient cards if I've completed 4 cocktails. You can also play any perfect serve cards as long as they're aligned with the current cocktail that you're attempting to serve. For example, if I was trying to make this margarita card, I could use this shaker, as you can see by this icon and the word shake right here. However, if I was working on this Manhattan, which needs to be stirred, not shaken, I couldn't use this shaker card. Similarly, this margarita card says no ice, so I wouldn't be able to use this clear ice perfect serve card on it. An important note about these perfect serve cards is that they come in 4 categories. Technique cards, which represent the equipment you make the drink in. Glass cards, which is what you serve the drink in. Ice cards, which accent the cocktail. And guest cards that represent patrons who are interested in this particular beverage. You can only ever use one of each type of card for a drink, which makes sense because you can't serve 1 drink in 2 different glasses or to 2 different guests. That would just be crazy. But even though you can't double up in one category, you can apply multiple cards to 1 cocktail card. In this example, I'm creating an old fashioned. I could use this mixing glass as it matches this stir icon here. This drink requires ice, so I can use this clear ice. And since the type of drink is spirit forward, I could serve it to Leon the guest. And finally, phase 5 is cocktail preparation and the end of turn. If you have the required ingredients for your cocktail, you must complete it. Simply discard the required ingredients from your play area to the common storage. This cost might be modified by the perfect serve cards you played. Take that into account and then discard the final number of ingredients. Back to the example of this old fashioned. The cost to mix it is 1 base spirit, 2 enhancers, and 1 garnish. However, this mixing glass makes it cost 1 less enhancer, the clear ice makes it cost 1 less garnish, but Leon the guest makes it cost 1 more base spirit. So the final cost I would need to pay is 2 base spirits, 1 enhancer, and 0 garnish. Any completed cocktails stay face up here along with any perfect serve cards and are worth the total value of the numbers displayed in the top right hand corner of these cards. If you were unable to complete your order, you instead flip these cards face down and they are worth 0 points. Quick strategic note, not completing your drinks is not a very good strategy. Once you've done this, move all of your played shift cards to your discard pile. You may now optionally discard 1 card from your hand if you would like, and then draw back up to 5 cards. If you already had more than 5 cards in your hand at the beginning of this phase, you must instead discard down to 5 cards now. The next player in clockwise order becomes the starting player and you begin a new round in phase 1. Play continues like this round after round until you have either completed 8 rounds or at the end of the round where a player has hit 26 mastery points. In either case, once that round has concluded, players count up all the points from their completed cocktails and perfect serve cards, and the player with the highest total wins and is crowned the champion cocktail concoctor and is dubbed with the illustrious title Sir Mix-a-Lot. In the event of a tie, the tied player with the most remaining ingredients takes the title. And that's Barzone. No rulebook required, just good ingredient management and a knack for stepping on other bartenders' toes. I hope this video helps you dig into this game quickly and easily. If you found it helpful, please take a second to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so I can see you around more often. And if anything's unclear or you get stuck mid-shift, drop a comment below and you'll hear back from me right away. This game is currently getting ready for crowdfunding and you can visit its preview page on Gamefound now. I've included that link and the game's BoardGameGeek link in the description below. Check those out to learn more about this game and even to get your own copy if you'd like. Thanks for watching another Rip Up the Rules on How I Roll. Cheers.